Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another stimulus check update video. In today's video, we are going to talk about that second stimulus because there's quite a few people who want to know what is going on, when are we going to receive this money, as well as we're going to talk about Mark Cuban's proposal because you know what? Everyone has a proposal nowadays. I mean, like, I'm working on my list right now, like, seriously. Then we also are going to talk about colleges actually giving money back to college students. So if you do have a college student, stay tuned. I'm gonna share with you some information that is going on, and then the infamous student loan. So guys, we have quite a lot to talk about in today's video. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, hey. Okay, hey, my name is Shalae, and here on this channel we talk about shopping, saving, and everything, like seriously, everything in between. So I would love to have you as a part of my internet family. If you can, go ahead and hit that like button as well as subscribe. I mean, it's free, right? And you want to be here, right? All right, so go ahead and join. Now, before we jump into it, we're gonna go ahead and get some of the church announcements out the way. I want to say congrats for some of the SSI recipients that have received their stimulus. Quite a few people will start receiving their stimulus this week because we know that our little brother, the IRS, decided to go ahead and mail those checks out on Friday, May 15th. So if you haven't received yours over the weekend, it's coming to a mailbox near you, okay? So definitely keep an eye out on those. I know some people did not receive their payments via direct deposit or even your express cards. So just keep a lookout for some of those because the checks should start arriving in the mail. Also, on the Social Security Administration website, it did state that payees should start receiving their money on May 27th. So we have kind of a little bit over a week or so to wait to see if they're going to hold true to their word, because we know what the word means in Congress right now, right? All right. And then also speaking of the IRS, they also mentioned on Twitter regarding my VA recipients. Guess what they said, guys? You should receive your money TBD, so to be determined. They did not specify a date, so I will keep an eye on that. And then to the rest of you, okay, because I know before I can even say this, I'm gonna have 100 comments on people that have not received their checks, like my TurboTax people, the Forgotten 15, you name it, they're missing it. Guys, I am still looking. If I find some information on your money, I got you. I'm not gonna hold it back, I'm gonna share the knowledge. All righty. So now that we have that out the way, let's go ahead and jump into this second stimulus. Now, of course, there is so much going on regarding the second stimulus. Everybody is still submitting proposals. They're stating this $1,200 is not enough. They're stating that the proposal or this bill is going to be dead on arrival to the Senate. What we do know is that the Senate is going to dissect so many elements of this on what things they want to have, what things they don't want to have. So I know a lot of people are asking about the hazardous pay, the student loans, when we're going to receive our money. As of right now, I can't say those dates because we don't even know if the Senate is going to pass it, right? So they have to accept it, then it has to go to the president. So as of right now, we're kind of like in a standstill. And you know, like they're kind of moving at that turtle's pace. You know, they kind of brought that same pace from the IRS. So it's kind of like they're Mr. and Mrs. Slowski. We gotta wait. So when should we know something? The earliest that we should know something, they said, would be around like Memorial Day. Of course, stay tuned for this week. And then if checks are approved, and when should they come out? June, July, heck, at this point, Christmas, okay? So that's what's going on with the second stimulus. We just have to wait and see what's going on. Now, speaking of stimulus and proposals, guess who jumped in the ring? Okay, they tag team Mark Cuban. If you're not familiar with Mark Cuban, he is the Dallas Mavericks basketball owner. Not only is he on that, I know him from Shark Tank, where he serves as a co-host, and he seems like he's a pretty good guy, like he does. Let me know what you think about Mark Cuban but he went to Twitter to express on what he should do or what he think that we should do for our nation's economy. Now, he tweeted, this is what he tweeted. He said, the only thing that will save businesses is customer demand or consumer demand. No amount of loans to businesses will save them or jobs if their customers are not buying. Absolutely 100% there. Like right now, it's not the fact that people don't want to buy, and let me know, chime in the comments below. It's not that you don't want to buy, like there's more pressing issues. Like you have food, you have rent, you have bills, like Who wants to go out and get 99-cent t-shirts or anything right now? Like, there are more pressing issues. And even that $1,200, what did it stimulate? Your bills, okay? It went to the light bill, the cable bill, the cell phone bill. So when the stimulus is supposed to stimulate the economy, the only really people who got paid was like our debt collectors. All right. So he proposed 2 ideas. The 2 ideas that he stated is nationwide federal jobs program that will employ individuals to help with the COVID tracking or the pandemic tracking, tracing, and testing, as well as support populations, including long-term care. So for some of the states, they're going to require a little bit long-term care because you know that it's shooting up, it's spiking up in their states, that we should employ individuals and that the government should like ensure that these people have a way to make money. I like it. Okay. The next thing he also stated was a stimulus plan that will send 128 million households in America $1,000 every 2 weeks for 2 months. So you would get a total of $4,000. And then, but there's a catch, there's a caveat that you must spend this money within 10 days of receiving it. So he's stating that, hey, customers are not going to the stores and buying because they don't have the money. But if we give them $1,000 every 2 weeks, then and tell them you have 10 days to spend it, like 10 days. They didn't say, you know, hopefully he's guessing that you wouldn't spend this on your bills. Your unemployment should be kicking in at that time, that you would be able to spend this money on local businesses. You can also like go into the stores to stimulate the economy. So a lot of people seem to enjoy this idea, especially like Congresswoman Alexandria Cortez. She tweeted her agreement and stated that it's time for a federal jobs guarantee. So he explains that why he thinks the government should directly get in business of hiring millions of people, along with other ideas to keep people employed and stimulate the demand. So that's what he's saying. Not sure on exactly where it's going. As of right now, a lot of people still want that $2,000. We already know the $1,200. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was a slap in the face because it did help some people. It just didn't help majority of the people. And I know we're gonna have the people in the comments like, hey, get a job. That will stimulate the economy. For some of these people, for some people, this is your first time being out of work. You have been working, you have been paying into this country, and this time is when you need help. We would love for the government to help. So, you know, that's exactly what he stated. What do you think? Like, do you think the $1,000 every 2 weeks would actually work for only up to 2 months though? So let me know about that. Now, the next big deal I'm going to talk about is college students and parents of college students. All right, so here in Alabama, a lot of college students are issuing money back, a lot of universities are issuing money back to college students. So if you attended like a university or a college here in Alabama, they are issuing the students money from what they received, like the stimulus that they received from the government. So it says, like, for example, we have like the University of Montevallo. They will issue refunds from March 16th through May 1st. And what they're doing is that any students that are experiencing financial hardships because of the pandemic, they will issue those refunds back for like their housing refunds as well as unused meal plans. So if you have a college student, you know that a lot of times they still have to pay for meal plans and they also have to pay for the dormitory. Well, they haven't been in school, so they are issuing back. And we also know that college students did not qualify to actually receive stimulus checks. Like, we know that because they were claimed as dependents. So I think this is a great idea. Now, other colleges in our state as well are working on refunds, like the University of Alabama is prorating refunds for housing, parking, and meal plans. We also have the University of Alabama, Birmingham. They are offering prorated refund options in addition to allowing students to use the money towards the fall semester. So I know some of the college here, they have where students can actually submit like a financial need and they can say like what is going on, or I know some students actually just receive like a $900 or $800 check. My thing is, if you have a college student, I would have them reach out to the school and just see if anything like this is going on in your state. Like, we never know. And let us know down in the comments down below, guys, if you know of any programs as well. Like right now, we don't know when any money is coming from the government, and we know that food banks are, you know, running low on food, and we know like everywhere that we can turn to try to get additional things, whether that's rent assistance or even food assistance. There's some people that need these things. So if we can get like some resources and help people, I think that would be very beneficial. Like, you know, we can do our part as well. So if you have a college student or know anyone that's a college student, have them reach out to the school. Is there anything that they're doing? And so like what they're doing here in Alabama is the money that they receive from the federal government, they're giving it back to the students. And man, that is like monumental. I like it. What do y'all think about that? Have you heard anything? Let us know. What is the tea? Like what do you have that's juicy information that's piping hot? Let us know, people. Let us know. All right. Moving along with the student loans, a lot of people inquired about the student loans in the HEROES Act. And so for the student loans, it did go ahead and actually state that you must be an economically distressed borrower, as well as a borrower with student loans as of March 12, 2020 would meet the criteria if you had a zero payment already on federal loans. So you were like on an income-based plan, it was already a zero, a goose egg, alrighty, payment, or if you're in default on your private or federal loans, like if you were 270 days past due. Also, if you have private or federal loans that are in serious delinquency or 90 days past due, or if your student loans were in forbearance or deferment. So the HEROES Act did not extend that student loan to all borrowers, and a lot of people were frustrated. I mean, of course, I got student loans. I mean, I've been paying it. I don't mind paying it, but you know, if the government want to help me out just as a little treat, I'm hungry, I'll eat it, okay? I'll take it. So, but of course, everyone knows that widespread debt cancellation is kind of like imperative. Like, what are we talking about here? We know that the student loans are in the trillions. Come on now, $10,000, give it to us. Just give it to us. Don't play around with it. And so, but they also are thinking about if you don't qualify for the 10K to extend the student loan relief through September 30th of 2021. And that's when the economy hopefully will show like signs of recovery and it'll be 0% interest. Hey, you know, I'm not hard to please. 0% interest in next year, that gives me time to go ahead and pay it off. If I have to pay off my student loans, I have no problem. I used it, I earned my degree, I am okay. But if you want to give me that little treat, I'm gonna eat, okay? So I have no problem at all. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Mark Cuban's proposal for the $1,000 every 2 weeks? What do you think about also with the student loan? Should it be to every borrower or should it be just economically distressed borrowers? And do you have a college student and have you received anything, or do you have any other information that will be helpful? Like, you know, I'm all about sending love, joy, peace. Do you have anything that would be helpful instead of the negative comments? But you know what? If you have to be negative, I'd rather you go ahead and vent here than to take it out on someone else. All right, so let me know down in the comments below what you think. And yeah, that's all I have for this video, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow, all right? Tune in, same time, same place. And you guys have a great day. And yeah, bye.